G'day ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Draw with Jazza. I'm Jazza, and today we're going to return to the activity of redrawing your kids' art. We did this once before and it was a lot of fun, and you guys seem to really love it, so much so that there are thousands of submissions for me to check out and try and recreate. So I obviously won't get through all of them, but if this is something you guys are enjoying, I'm loving it too. So if you want to submit for the chance for me to do it in a future video, use the hashtag #RedrawMyKidsArt. It's on the screen in case you're confused, so it's how you spell it, and I'll put it in the description and all that. There's a bit of an age limit of 12 years and under, and I'm just doing this by eyesight or whatever, so it's recommended that if it's your submission, you're in the picture, or if it's your kid, they're in the picture. But as you can see, I pixelate the face, and you're welcome to sort of do that yourself. I'm gonna start off today with a piece submitted by Jennifer Franklin, and we have a description of this piece here. It's a demon cat with a K. Oh, that's cute. AKA Lord of the Demons. Oh man, Lord of the Demons has the Master Sword. It's in the wrong hands. The Lord of the Demon is taking over. All right, Lord of the Demons, what do we got here? It's a demon cat with a K, so I don't think it strictly has to be an actual cat. I think it just can be reminiscent of a cat, because you can see that we have different shaped ears here. We've got some cool like shapes back here, so these could be, I guess, like demon sort of, not like horns or whatever, but I don't know, like strange, like runic, like words. I don't know, things. And we've got these really sharp, needly teeth. They're like very demonic legs here. I don't know if you can see, there they are. They've got massive talons. Now I hope you don't mind, I'm gonna switch up the pose a little bit. I'm gonna have the hand up here so he can hold the sword over his shoulder for a bit of a relaxed look. And we go really cartoony. I'm actually gonna grab this and expand it so it gets bigger at the end. I feel like the pose needs more drama, so I'm gonna have him arch his back a little bit more. So I'll pull the chest forward. That way he can look super, super cocky, puffing his chest out, because after all, he's the demon lord. And we've got these massive demonic talons. These things are gnarly. Look at them, they're huge. So I feel like we should do them justice in our character interpretation here and give him these massive talon claw things. Now last time I didn't do color on any of the illustrations, and I felt like it was lacking just that little bit, because some of your illustrations are so carefully colored. I can't spend as much time coloring them as carefully and awesome as some of you guys have, but I can just throw in some rough attempts at color just to fill them out a little bit more and be, I guess, a bit closer to the original. All right, so time to move on to line work. I feel like this is gonna add a little bit more oomph as we get through it. We've got cool cat bits, but when I say cat bits, I mean cat with a K, because it's a demon cat. It looks a bit like somewhere in like the Ratchet and Clank, Jack and Daxter. Definitely a bit of a Daxter vibe, isn't it? I'm gonna check out the details of the sword here. It gets a bit bigger at the end, and then we have a bit of that diamond tip blade looking thing. All right, we're coming to the end of the line work. I just need to make sure there's no gaps, and then I'm gonna color the cheating way. It's not really cheating, but it's definitely the easiest way I know to color, and that is to select everything outside, expand selection by 2 pixels, inverse, and fill this in with white, and just using a clipping mask, then I can just super quickly paint any colors I want in the middle of that without going over the edges. Hooray! What do we need? We need like a pink for the body. I'm just gonna color the whole thing in a flat pink, and then I'll color the rest outside of that. So we got a menacing, harsh sort of red for the talons, freaky yellow eyes, and we have this icy blue blade of the sword. And then I'm gonna make it super easy on myself and add another layer to my clipping mask, and then just selecting a black at 30% transparency, and then using the overlay layer setting, I can just go in and slather in a little bit of extra dimension. Super quick and easy. And there we have the demon cat with a K. He looks really cool. I think we did a pretty good job on that one. I love your idea though, by the way. I feel like he could totally be like a video game character. All right, next up we have Anik, who, oh, geez, dude. Nah, I can't redo that. Look at the things you have on your wall. You drew those? That's crazy. And you said you drew this when you're 11. I don't believe, no, I'm just kidding. I'm impressed. and I'm not going to attempt to do better because that's too good. All right, Carla's son drew this and requested that I name this character because he wants to start animating it. That is an honor I cannot refuse. I'm just gonna paste your picture so I can enlarge it because this looks amazing. Can't believe you drew that. The talent of kids today, it's mind-blowing that kids are drawing this stuff and animating like well above and beyond what people were doing when I was 11 and 12. This is crazy. All right, I've got my reference. I'm gonna draw your character and I'll tell you what I would name my version of your character, and whether you choose for that to be the name of your character is entirely up to you. All right, so we've definitely got a bit of a comic book style happening here. So let's do the proportions a little bit more comic bookish. He's got this massive like scythe sickle thing on his back. It's like a giant fish hook. It looks pretty gnarly. Got the strap holding it on, and now I'm just gonna rough in some of the like plates because there's some sort of armor thing happening and I want to sort of figure out how I would interpret it. I feel like while I could draw his eyes like in the normal eye position, there's something cool about the way that they're raised and angled like this. I'm wondering if I should go sort of in that direction. Maybe we could just sort of Deadpool it up and have like the eyes positioned in there and have the shape sort of framing them. I feel like that captures it pretty much. The weird thing is I really haven't added or changed that much. It's just my stylistic interpretation. So I'm looking forward to seeing what this thing looks like with some lines and color. I'll go a little easier on the line work this time. I was a bit thick last time, whereas because we're going comic bookish, I'll thin it out a touch. I think I'm changing my mind on the eyes. I think it's too reminiscent of Deadpool. So I'm actually just gonna make these more like lenses. So add some shine to him. I think that sort of makes him less Deadpoolish in my interpretation. A little more alien, a little bit more techie, which I think works pretty well. Got some straps around this arm, which I sort of missed in my sketch, so let's put some of those in. And we have this massive thing in the background. I think this is like the handle, something like that. I'll make it a bit thinner so it looks like you can realistically hold it. I'll draw the outline shape, and then I'm gonna go in and add the bevel of a blade. So follow the same shape with a gap and bring in just a couple of lines to show that it's all part of the same squarish edge. I feel like that worked out pretty well. We've got that looks pretty cool. All right, line work done. And then I'm just gonna pick a color that appears through most of it, which is sort of like this rich pink mauve color. Is that mauve? Is that what mauve is? I don't know. After all these years of being an artist, you would think I know what mauve is. I don't, I just guess. So it's like some darker, I'm just gonna pinch your colors because they look pretty cool and fill in some of the darker areas, which are mainly between plates. And then we just have a whole bunch of final details like buckles and blades and stuff. What color did you use? I'm trying to find a good brown. That's more like a purpley, but that seems to work really well, so let's go with that. I'm really just stealing your whole thing here. And then there are some of these silver plate bits. So again, I'll just pinch your color, buddy. Ooh, I like that. That's a nice color. Wait, did I get it wrong? I got it wrong. It's meant to be the inside ones. Whoops. Oh, and we got like a purple blue crotch. Whoops. Don't want to miss that. And I feel like these inside plates look a little purplier too. Purplier. Is that a word? It's my word now. I'm just gonna reinterpret in here a little bit with my own twist to add, I guess what would look like sort of underclothing or some sort of cloth. Because I think you probably have some plates on the arms, but I don't think I drew that. So this is my little twist on your design. And then last we have these sort of golden brassy colors. So we'll put that in the belt buckle, and then on the weapon, I'm gonna just make a separate clipping mask for the weapon because then I can just add a whole bunch of different layers without worrying about how I'm messing anything up. Let's add one more layer of shading, and I'm going to use like a really dark purple, and using the dark color layer overlay and lowering the transparency, I'm going to go in here and add a little bit of contrast, and I'm going to be a little cheeky and merge all of this. Where am I? Convert to smart object and double click. I'm going to add a stroke of black, and that way he has a slightly thicker outline. And now when I zoom out, there you go. That is my finished interpretation of your character. This was so fun. This is one of my favorites. It's so cool. Like the design that I had to work with to create my own interpretation of it is amazing. They look exactly the same. I don't know if it was worth me redrawing it because I just drew the same thing. That was fun though. I can totally picture having had this as like a little G.I. Joe figurine or character, or watching this character in a Saturday morning cartoon. So you can go animate them, and I'm gonna name this dude the Purple Mantis. Is that how you spell purple? Purplier. Purplier. It's like Markiplier, but purple. The Purple Mantis. That's what I'm gonna call my dude. And if you want to use that name, I would be honored, but would understand if you thought it was silly or something. But there it is, my version of the Purple Mantis. And if you animate him or do anything with him, please show me, because he looks friggin' cool. Chloe entered her sister's artwork, who is 6 years old, and drew this picture of a boy going to prom with his dog. She said something happened to his face. Poor boy. Poor boy. A little bit more cartoony than some of our other ones so far, so let's have fun with that really cartoony aspect. Alright, we've got a really cutesy sort of bubbly looking kid, and he's got like this haircut that's like tall, but like really thin at the sides, like a fade. Isn't that what the cool kids have these days, is they have fades? When you're young, you think things like fades are cool, but as you get older, you start to realize you want to keep as much as your hair coverage on your head as possible for as long as possible, because it starts to turn into an eventually losing battle. I'm dreading the demise of my hair. I mean, I already have like a forehead twice as big as anyone else, except for Jack's films. We're forehead buddies. I'm gonna give this little boy a really cute, stumpy little body, and he'll have these marching little legs off to prom. You Americans and your proms. We don't have proms in Australia. In America, you have like 10 proms a year or something ridiculous, or at least that's what popular culture has led me to believe. In Australia, we have something called the debutante ball. I don't know what it's like in England, but we call it the Deb for short, in true Aussie abbreviation style. Come on, let's go off to the Deb. Let's go on to the... Are you going to the Deb? You going to the Debbie? Yeah, let's go head off to the bloody Debbie, mate. And we only do it once, ever. You get one dance when you're in high school in Australia, and that's it. That's enough bloody fun. Too many crocs to fight, to dance around like children. This guy, however, I love his little bow tie. Let's move him over, make some room for his dog. I'm really liking how he looks so far. There's the little doggy on his little leash. I'm going for a walk to the prom, gotta put some spots on him, and we're missing one key element to this piece, which is, of course, something has happened to this poor boy's head. Chicks dig battle scars, and chicks dig this kid. Ain't that right? Chicks. The key with these really cutesy cartoons is to get like a really good line, and sometimes that means just drawing them again and again till you get like that really clean, smooth line. But especially for the larger areas, you want to make sure you get a line just right. And look at this dapper gent. Just look at that strut. This dog literally has the awesome face. You know the awesome face? Like the smiley emoji thing? For those of you who aren't as well versed in memes, or you know, the finer aged memes, awesome face was like an emoji that people would use as a meme before memes were even truly understood, and before emojis were mainstream. Back when people would type things like this in texts to be an emoji. I mean, I still type that, but nowadays all I see is people using those gosh darn crying, laughing emojis like all the cool kids use. You and your proms and your fades and your crying, your laughing emojis. Kids these days. He's got lovely brown hair. I'm gonna just fill in at the top here, and then I'm gonna fade the fade. Gently getting lighter, and there we go. Look at that. What a cool hairdo. But not quite as cool as he can be yet, because we have a whole suit to fill in. There we go. Just get rid of this, because that was a whoopsie. And then we have doggy spots. Look at him! Look at him! Let's add a little shadow under here. There we go. Look at him. It's so dapper. I love the way this has turned out. I haven't got blood on his scar. I thought I'd keep it a little cutesier, but I feel like this is That's pretty good effort. Well done us. This was so much fun, and we got quite a bit of variety in here. We got our dapper little gent here, the Purple Mantis, epic sort of comic book style animation character, and the Demon Cat, Lord of the Demons. So I'm gonna leave it at that today. I didn't do as many as last time, but I did add color, and I'm hoping that that was more satisfying for you guys. I don't know, let me know, because doing the color and doing it a bit more refined like this takes a bit longer, so it means I can do less in one video. Maybe I'll put a poll in the card so you guys can vote so I know what way to go about it in future. But otherwise, I had a lot of fun with this, and I really appreciate everyone sending in their entries, and you're welcome to send in more. Submit those on Twitter is where I'm checking them out. I can't wait to see more of your submissions. I really hope you guys enjoyed the outcome of the activity today. Make sure to leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to Draw with Jazza for more fun with art and creativity. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, I'll see you later.
Make sure to subscribe to my channel to see more of my videos. And while you're at it, check out my shop where I sell ebooks, brushes, photo references, video courses, and more. There's another video you might enjoy from my channel over there, and you can also check out my behind the scenes daily vlog channel, Daily Jazza. That's it for now, and until next time, I'll see you later.